All right, clock it in, lock it in. We're back. Let's go. What's up, Pete?
Living it. As always, we're back in here. It's been a long time.
More than usual.
More than usual.
Sucks.
Yeah, right? This whole life outside of podcasting thing is rough. Maybe we just need to find a way to be super rich podcasters so we can just dedicate our lives to doing this and nothing else.
Sponsors. We're open for sponsors.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
We'll take anything. We have no scruples. Yeah, it's good to be back. I'm excited for this podcast. I think this is going to be a fun one. A little bit different than what we've done in the past.
Yeah, you make such a good point. You know, I was thinking about it. We've done something similar, and it was around the time of the BRC holiday party. And that's when everyone was gathered.
Yep.
And we were able to interview Jess and Andrew because they were back in town and popped it on here, shared it with everyone.
Yeah.
And we also talked to a few people about, you know, the BRC holiday party, and then some BRC board members, you know, Logan, Manny, sharing about what's to come. Mm-hmm. And we shared those segments.
Yep.
This is going to be something similar. And I think it's good. I think we should keep doing this.
Yeah. This is a fun way of doing this. Maybe like a seasonal thing.
Okay.
You know, like spring is a big time for races.
Yeah.
Right? It's that beautiful time of the year with the reasonable weather, generally speaking. Yeah. So lots of cool stuff happening. But yeah, I think you're onto something with this, making this kind of a regular thing where we do these nice race recaps and bring in people's experiences, because we can say, oh, we heard about this, so this person told us, but to hear it straight from the runners, I think is really important and more insightful than what we can give.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. We've had a lot happen. Like you mentioned, spring is wild. We had the Boston Marathon. We had the Eugene Marathon. We had the Mendocino Coast 50K. We had Big Sur.
Yep.
There were other things happening. Certainly a popular time for runners and a great time.
Yes. And I am very excited for everyone who's listening to hear these stories because, you know, these are all folks from our running community who we're going to feature tonight that everybody knows.
Yeah.
You get to see them, you get to talk to them, but to actually hear their stories now about these different races that they've done recently is going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a fun one.
Good thinking. And to set the tone, Peter, you had this idea how we can talk to as many people as we can, get as many sound bites as we can, but not make it super long, keep it consistent, and also keep it concise. And that was to ask each person that had ran, you know, what were their thoughts when they showed up to the event? What were their thoughts or something jumped out to them during mid-run? And what was their experience looking back, having, you know, a reflection since a couple of weeks have passed. So that was kind of the format, right?
Yep. And great insights from everyone, fun stories. But yeah, I think that allowed for some consistency and, you know, for the listeners and for when you're going through and doing that hard work of editing, you can really figure out, well, here's the storylines. Let's focus on these. And yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah,
this is fun.
It definitely helped the editing process. That's for sure. And again, it kind of, the light bulb's gone off for us a little bit. I think, you know, moving forward, this is a format and an opportunity for us to elaborate on and to continue getting more stories in on the podcast and sharing more about this amazing community and what all of us are doing. It's really, really exciting.
Yeah, I think that was a really important point you just made. All of us.
Yeah.
Right. This is everyone who's involved in our community. This is everyone that's listening. It's everyone that's sharing their stories. So yeah, let's get into this stuff.
Let's get into it. And we start with the big one.
The big one.
Boston Marathon. And the first interview we're going to share, we did this separately. It was with the lovely couple, the great couple, just the basalt of the earth.
The basalt of the earth. We love them.
Two people that absolutely rock. Thomas and Ursula. They had quite the shared experience running together, an emotional experience. So let's hear from them about the Boston Marathon.
To be a part of the history of such an amazing organization, 130 years that they've been doing this, and it's a revered race, and to be able to be a part of it, to have worked hard for something, to actually achieve it, and then get to go do it. I mean, it was such an honor.
It really happened at the start of the race, and where I really started getting excited. It's like, damn, we're in the freaking Boston Marathon. How cool is that? So never thought I would do it.
I started like breaking down, like just really got choked up about it. So shed a few tears and turned to someone on the side, a volunteer, and I went, "We're running Boston!" You know, like she just looks at me like, "Yeah." It was so cool.
A little bewildering that we were actually doing it after working so hard and then getting accepted and then training, not super hard, but training for a fun race. So it was a little bit of relief, excitement, and just kind of surreal a little bit that we were actually doing it.
You know, I turned to Tom and I went, we ran the whole thing together. And that was kind of the plan. He's a faster runner than I am. And I'm like, you can race it, you know, go run, go race it, have fun. He's like, no, we're running it together.
I'm really happy that we just ran it for fun and didn't race it, because we both got to soak everything in. And, you know, Ursula and I ran it together, which was really special.
We crossed the finish line like literally exactly at the same time. That was such a cool experience to share together.
Just the crowds were amazing. It was the coolest thing ever. 26 miles of people screaming at you, putting their hands out for high fives. It was the most fun 26.2 ever.
Man, Boston loves the marathon. Like, they really do. They really honestly do. And so many families were out cheering. It was just, the support was above and beyond.
It was about as perfect of a trip as you could get. It really was. For recovery, we had 3 days of exploring Boston and, you know, freezing our butts off at a Red Sox game, which was friggin' awesome. It was just, and that was a cool experience too, but so many cool experiences. It was one thing after another. And I must say, probably the coolest thing, you know, that we love to stay at hostels. Hostels, we will talk up hostels, and the Boston hostel, the HI there, was the best hostel ever. Absolutely packed with marathon runners. And the night before, they served us the spaghetti dinner. It was so cool. And we met so many cool people from all over the world, shared marathon stories and running stories and life stories. It was, you know, Boston was cool, but, you know, it's the people, it's always the highlight.
It's such an honor, and, you know, now we have to do it again because we had so much fun.
Okay, Pete, Thomas and Ursula, amazing. What did you think?
Super cool. I could feel the emotion that Ursula was talking about, and her saying she was just overwhelmed with the feelings of being there, especially after the work that they put in to get there. And I really appreciate that they ran the race together.
Yeah.
Like,
Beautiful.
Ursula said, Tom, go do your thing, man. Like, this is for you. But for Tom, it was clearly for him, but it was also for him and Ursula. So what a cool shared experience. Ursula, you gave me goosebumps when I listened to this the first time through. Very cool stuff.
Yeah, I love how she kind of looked over at one of the workers of the marathon and said, "We're running Boston." And the worker kind of was like, "Yeah, cool." It's like, no, like, this is a big deal. That one got me too. I was smiling. And you know what's cool about their experience as well is they stayed for a while. They enjoyed a little bit of Boston. They went to a game. They toured around. They had some fun stories about the hostel and learning more about the runners who participated in it. So really tapping into the community side of things. Yeah. Like, what a great way to run Boston, to do it that way. So,
and that doesn't surprise me that that's the route that they took with this. And I think it's just a reflection of, or like a snapshot of who they are, right? They're invested in each other, in each other's running, in the Chico running community. So it's not hard to see or understand why they would want to immerse themselves in this whole experience the way that they did.
Yeah, savor it.
Yeah.
Well played. Some of the clips that were shared on social media too of them just slapping so many hands and high fives and running, it was so awesome to see. So they gave a lens into that as well on social media if you follow them. And yeah, well done, Thomas and Ursula.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You
Very
deserved
cool.
it. And
Very
that's
cool.
amazing.
Yep.
Okay, let's shift gears now. We're going to talk with the man.
Yep.
The absolute dog of the community, Logan Ziegenmeyer, who had a very interesting experience.
Yes.
But to persevere the way he did, you know, I tip my hat to him, man. So let's hear from Logan Ziegenmeyer on his Boston experience.
I think it was just immediate, like, chaos, but chills. Like, chaos, like, crazy, but you're getting the chills throughout your whole body. Like when you're with that many people and you just see that community like of 30,000 runners, it's giving me the chills right now, dude, just thinking about it. It's an incredible experience, and the historic value of that race, just being out there, is just like, you're just so grateful to be there, you know, because it's just such a long journey to get there. And then once you're there, you're like, I'm here, I made it. And it's just a full fruition of just like feeling blessed to be out there. Obviously, the beginning of the start, seeing the C-130 military plane fly over was just super incredible. Another points where you're going through mile 12, you're crossing Wellesley College, which is all women's college, and all these young guys, you know, my age, are running over to give a kiss to the girls, because that's the thing during the Boston Marathon is you give a girl a kiss when you're going past mile 12, and it's just so funny watching everybody shoot over, and then just running alongside the crowds and just giving high fives for about, you could do it for miles on end, and it's just like, it's just incredible. But towards the end of the race, taking the right turn on Hereford Street and the left turn on Boylston, you see people starting to lose their race momentum and have a tough day, but you see a lot of people, picking each other up. Like, people at that time of the race, a lot of people are just helping each other out, get to the end of the race. Like that one video, I don't know if you saw, 2 runners help a guy actually finish the race. Like, that was like, okay, this is Boston strong. Like, it was super cool. I mean, I didn't have the race I obviously wanted with a sickness, but I knew going out there, like, it was something that, like, I was going to have to work for, and I'm so glad it put me through those trials and those obstacles to make that finish just so much more enjoyable. When I have a good race, like, it's amazing feeling, but when you struggle through something super hard, it just makes you appreciate everything around you, the people, the community. Just for whatever reason, when it breaks you down, it humbles you. It just makes you that much more hungrier as a person to come back and get kind of redemption on something like that. And so those were my takeaways after that. Was just I'm glad it put me through the obstacles and what I got ahead of myself. And you learn so much, from every race.
Yeah, look out, Boston 2027. Logan is fucking coming.
I don't know if I'll hit 2027. I'm going to probably just hit the trails for a couple of years, maybe in the future, but I think it's kind of more of a one and done for me. But I'll definitely go back to the roads eventually and maybe do Chicago. So that'd be sweet. So
cool. Thanks for sharing, dude.
Oh, yeah,
Great
thanks,
stuff, bro. That's awesome.
He's such an interesting guy.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so we've done a couple podcasts where we've done the deep dives, and something that's becoming more clear to me is Logan's not just in the running for the training and the hard work. He's kind of into the history and the details of these races, right? Like, he's just calling out the names of these streets, these turns that, are very significant and notable parts of these races he's done. And I think that's probably something that a lot of high-level athletes have, right? We talked about this, was like LeBron and Michael Jordan and Barry Bonds.
Game.
They study the game, right?
Yeah.
They can remember at-bats. They can remember possessions in games, right? And it just seems like Logan has a lot of that. So it's cool to hear him, to hear it from a runner, right? Because we hear it from the more mainstream sports, those high-end athletes that are like, I remember this possession, I remember this pitch from Greg Maddux, and we were going back and forth, right? So it's cool to hear that. And I think also it's really neat to hear the reflection that he did on, it wasn't my best race, things fell apart, but there's something to be gained from that, right?
Yeah. What a great attitude.
Yeah, right? It's kind of that there's no such thing as a bad run.
Yeah.
I mean,
great point.
It can be uncomfortable and it cannot go the way that you wanted it to go, but it's not a bad run.
No, it's such a great point. And, to at the same time relish the experience, to enjoy the Boston strong element, to get the goosebumps of the flyover and the other elements at the beginning is just really cool. So he immersed himself into the experience and, was able to enjoy it despite not feeling 100%. Due to something that he could not control.
Yeah.
So yeah, to find a positive out of that, that's a great point, man.
Yeah. And let's not like diminish what he did. He still ran a really fast marathon.
Yeah, faster than I could do.
Yeah, really fast marathon. So yeah, great work, Logan. Always making the Chico running community proud, and just a testament to the hard work that you continue to put in all the time.
Yeah, no doubt, man. What a savage, dude. So cool. And hey, maybe not in the near future, but sometime down the road, maybe, just maybe, we'll see him back at Boston.
There's going to be some redemption.
Yeah.
There has to be some redemption.
And maybe right now, look out Chicago.
Yeah.
When he gets off the trails and back on the road, Logan, you're going to smash that thing. Okay, so somebody else that, has just a tremendous motor is the real deal Neil. And he went back home for this.
That's pretty cool.
It is cool. And it's neat to get a lens into his background there. He's a Boston native, so he knows a little bit more about what to expect during a race like this. And perhaps that, we were talking a little bit off the mic a few minutes ago, perhaps that made this experience a little bit more calm for him.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, let's listen to what Neil has to say. We'll come back and talk about that.
I was surprised by how quiet it was. It's 30,000 people, but I just felt like it was really chill and really eased into it. Athletes Village was really laid back. I got some good advice from our friend Sarah. Go up to the tables and grab like a towel or a blanket. So I just found a blanket and just kind of hung out in the sun for a while. It was great.
I love it, Neil, just chilling. What about the expo?
The expo was really cool. I actually, I wound up going to pick up my bid with my stepmom. And she's like my rich relative, whatever. So I'm sitting there with the jacket in one hand and the 3/4 sweat, everything in the other hand. I'm like, yeah, which one of these should I get? She's like, well, why don't we just get both? And it obviously was apparent she was going to buy them. I'm like, sure, why the hell not? So I also got 2 t-shirts and a hat. So the expo was awesome. Yeah, I've got a lot of merch.
You're rocking a cool shirt right now. That's awesome. Any moment during the race where you kind of stopped, looked around, or anything jump out to you you ran a tremendous race. Anytime you kind of caught yourself going, wow, this is pretty amazing.
Yeah, probably Heartbreak Hill because I went to Boston College and the law school, and Heartbreak Hill was right in between those two. And coming up to the top of that, and there's great crowd support, and just kind of remembering my college days, that was really probably my favorite part of the race. Probably the part I enjoyed the most.
Love it. And lastly for you, it's been a couple weeks now, a chance to reflect. What comes to mind when you think about running the Boston Marathon and getting a PR in your hometown?
Yeah, I'm just glad that I, took time to enjoy it, to enjoy the city and the crowds, because, there'll be other races to maybe PR in, or who knows, break another time barrier for me, but just really try to enjoy the experience and make some memories.
Good stuff, Neil. Thanks, buddy.
Awesome.
That's the real deal Neil right there, man.
That is. It's just so different to hear him talk about. It was pretty calm. 30,000 people. It was calm. When we hear from Ursula and Tom and Logan all say, it was chaos. It was nuts with all these people. Yeah. So just it's just a totally different perspective of the experience.
Yeah, the mindset is interesting. Yeah, we're going to talk with Neil a little bit more about this.
Yeah.
Because it's not every day that we have somebody who lives on the other side of the country here with us that went back to his hometown and ran the most prestigious marathon and qualified for it.
Yeah.
And not only that, but just is so, motivated by the science behind running and improving. And we kind of want to tap into that.
Yeah, most definitely. And he's got so many good stories that, beyond Boston that we need to hear and that other people need to hear. But again, Neil said something that's been said by Tom and Ursula and Logan as well, is like taking in the moment and enjoying the experience.
True.
And I think that's something that is significant, obviously, because they've all said it. But, these big races can be very overwhelming, apparently. But finding that time or a moment to really savor it is really cool.
Yeah. especially when you're running the best marathon, man. It's nice to see and to listen to hear all of them say that, there were times that, they noticed and realized they were in this run. Even Neil, who was, locked in and just like, I'm going to get a PR.
Yeah. And he did. And so cool that it was such a nostalgic experience, right? He's running Heartbreak Hill where, he saw the race before.
That's
he
so
spent
cool.
time when he was in college. So, yeah, just a really cool kind of full circle moment for him, it seemed like.
Yeah. These next two, they had quite an experience at Boston.
Yeah.
Of course, we're talking about Morgan and Amaya. They're the best.
Yeah.
They're the best. And these three, along with Terry, who we didn't get a chance to interview, these three had an experience there where they were also running to have fun and to enjoy it. And yeah, I should shut up and we should let them talk about it.
Let's let them tell the story.
Morgan and Amaya.
Hi.
Hey, let's go. Okay. You just ran Boston. Amazing. What jumped out at the start? Maybe the expo or the start of the run?
So I feel like both of us actually got pretty good advice before Boston, which Amaya's husband, Kyle, his mom has run Boston before.
Shelly Nifong.
Shout out, Shelly.
Let's go.
And my sister has also run Boston before. And so the advice that we got was, this is unlike something out of your wildest dreams, and you should just experience it. And so I feel like we kind of had a different outlook than other people going into it, in the sense that we went into it just wanting to enjoy the experience with no pressure. And we didn't even really have a race plan other than to just enjoy the process, because from what we had been told, it's unlike anything you'll ever experience.
Just a dream come true, just to be at the start line with my two very good friends and a bunch of runners experience it for the first time, or maybe their third or fourth time doing it. But it was an amazing time, and I have one person to thank, and that's Morgan for getting me there.
Pushing each other,
Yep.
Yeah. We did have a crazy start though, so we waited over 2 hours to get on the buses. And then when we got there, Athletes Village was really, really crowded, so we were told to go down towards the start to go use the restrooms. So we get there, we use the porta potties, and we're trying to find our corral, and they're like rushing us in by your bib color to the corral, and it's starting. So we didn't even have any warm up.
Just
our
run.
watches weren't ready. We were literally like trying to not
Tie your shoes.
you were trying to tie our shoes and getting essentially pushed because there's so many people behind you. So the start of our race started way before we were ready, and I just remember we kind of all looked to each other and we're like, this is insane, because you look behind you and there's literally thousands of people. Stampede. You can't. We kept trying to slow down the first few miles, and you couldn't, because Amaya got clipped 4 or 5 times just trying to tone it down for the first bit.
Didn't fall.
Shoulder people?
You can't hear your music. It's so loud. There's so many people. I mean, it is the most wild experience.
All the high fives.
Yeah.
All the high fives.
All the high fives. I've actually
sore from it.
I actually have never been more sore from my arms or abs from actual on purpose, because I probably high fived 15 of the 26 miles.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was nuts.
See, this is the gold. Any thoughts that you had during the race? Look, you still got your Boston nails.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. That's awesome.
First two, don't
Yeah.
worry.
I didn't catch those. Yeah. Any moment where you, Terry, and Morgan may have looked at each other and been like, what? This is crazy.
What mile was that? Mile 25 when we turned the corner.
Yes.
That was it. We knew we were right there, almost to the finish line.
Actually, Terry and I were we were probably a little bit ahead around the corner, and we stopped and we told a big crowd of people our friend was right about around the corner, and her name was Amaya.
They screamed so loud.
And all these strangers started cheering, "Go Amaya!" And so all these pictures that the official photographers captured of us all raising our hands because a whole bunch of strangers were screaming Amaya.
It was good. Good times.
Did that surprise you?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. I cried like 4 times during it, which I have actually cried during each of my marathons, because
She
it's
doesn't
like
want it to
all of a
end.
sudden it's coming to an end, and I cry every single time, which is really hard. Yeah, I cried all.
I cried a few times.
No,
It's
you
okay.
put in a lot of work, and then it's like over like that. And that
It
Boston,
was just a
that's insane.
magical day.
Don't want it
That's so
to
cool.
end.
Quick reflections. Now let's end. I mean, maybe did your families go with you? Was Kyle there? Was Jake there?
Kyle
The
was
kid?
there. Jacob was there.
Okay, so we had the families.
Kids. Yep.
No kids, but my parents, sister, and Jacob were all there, so it was pretty special. for
Yeah,
me.
it was special, and they got to see the finish on YouTube. I sent them.
Yeah, they were all wearing shirts with our pictures on them, which was funny.
Yeah, did you see that? The
know.
finishers?
I love
or
it.
the husband's shirts?
Oh yeah. Actually, I did see that.
We
Okay.
should have made him wear them today, but
We should have.
next time.
Okay. Anything else, real quick? Sorry to hold you up from your food, but thank you.
Anything else?
Yeah. I actually think we did it right because we weren't really sore or tired to the degree that it looked like people were in a world of hurt at the end. We were actually pretty good off.
Awesome. Just missed Jess.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
That was actually really hard,
Yeah.
which we weren't wanting to make her feel too bummed about it,
Sure.
but that was really sad, especially since we all worked so hard to get there.
Together.
And
And how I ran the whole mountains to beach side
With
by
her,
side,
side by
every
side.
second.
Yeah.
Wish she was there for that one.
yeah,
Totally.
that was sad.
Miss you, Jess.
We
Yeah.
love you, Jess.
All right. Good stuff. Hey, we crushed that. Good job, you guys. Thank you.
They're pretty funny.
They are. They touched on something too that I think should be acknowledged, and I'm sure Tom, Ursula, Logan, Neil would all probably have could probably echo the sentiment. You've done long races, like once you've run the race, there is kind of that emotional like floor that you hit, like, oh man, it's over with. Like all the hard work and dedication that we've put in for the last X amount of months to get ready for this, like. Here's the payoff, and now like it's over.
Especially, I think what you're saying is like Boston's the pinnacle, man. Like that's just that's the biggest race.
Yeah.
So I could see that the letdown may be a little bit more significant.
Sure.
For something like that, but
Yeah.
you're right. And there were a few things that stood out to me with their experience, Morgan and Amai's and Terry's. So the beginning is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
being shoved into the corral and then tying your shoes and going.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is really crazy. That would be a good way for, I think, a lot of people to get rattled and have a very rough experience.
Yeah. Luckily, they could draw on the experience that Morgan's sister and Shelly had.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that when I was interviewing them. So it was really like, oh yeah, Liz has done this before.
Yeah.
Like, oh, and Shelly. That was cool. I'm glad they were able to draw off that. And then, during the run, Morgan never being as sore as she is from giving a lot of high fives.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. And, that's something that I have written down here that I wanted to touch on, that all the people from Boston that you talked to mentioned, like the support, the people.
Yeah.
It's 26.2 miles of people rooting you on the entire time.
Yeah.
What a unique experience.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking back to a couple half marathons I've run where you get out in no man's land. And when I say no man's land,
Yeah.
I mean not just like there's no one to like pace off of or, run with or talk to, but there's no one out there watching, like saying you can do this. So it's like the pain cave and like the emotional darkness cave too. I mean, I guess maybe that's wrapped into the pain cave.
Yeah.
But the fact that there's so many people out there cheering you on is so cool and inspiring.
Yeah. All right. So Boston, man. Wow.
Yeah. So cool too. Like this just popped into my mind, but like all the people that, we just featured had totally different experiences in the exact same spot.
Yeah.
Right. So it's that shared experience, which is what we
Yeah.
as humans are always craving, a shared experience. Right. That's what makes everything so great, but also so unique. Right. And they all had a different approach to what they were doing at this race. Right. Like Logan and Neil went in with, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to blister this. Like, I have a very specific time goal that I'm going after. Morgan, Amaya, and Terry go out there with, we're just leaning into this, having a good time, enjoying this experience for what it is. Tom and Ursula, very similar to that. Like, they're out there to enjoy this together as a shared experience between the two of them. So just the two different ends of the spectrum of what these people were running for and what their goals were is pretty cool.
Yeah, agree. That's such a good point, man. Crazy. Crazy cool.
Yes.
Okay, so that puts a bow on Boston. Let's shift gears now to Eugene.
Yes.
This one's near and dear to you, Pete.
It definitely is.
Yeah, Lisa ran this as well as Laura, but yeah, I mean, we talked with Mary, we talked with Maya, we talked with Lisa, and we weren't able to get a chance to catch up with Laura, but that's okay. Shout out Laura. We got the terrific trio here, Mary, Maya, and Lisa, and they had some good things to say. Pete, I'm looking forward to your insight. Obviously, your wife, I'm sure you guys have had plenty of conversations about her experience at Eugene.
Most definitely.
Yeah, but this is cool. And there was one thing about Mary's experience that you'll hear in the interview that I just thought was the funniest thing in the world. Very unique. But yeah, here is Mary, Maya, and Lisa on running the Eugene Marathon. Let's go.
I mean, starting right outside of the stadium was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And just kind of knowing that that's where you're going to finish.
Tracktown USA, it's Prefontaine. It's a cool place to run. That's where the Olympic trials are held and the World Championships. So it's kind of running in the footsteps of legends.
The course was neat. It was fairly flat, fairly easy. I would say like the first 10 miles were the most enjoyable because that's when like the crowd was there and really building you up. Mile 8, I was feeling like a rock star. And yeah, I think it's a little lonely for a while, but finishing on the track, what do you call it, Hayward Field, that was pretty incredible.
In my head and a bit nervous, but around mile 3, I was like, oh, you've done all this training. This is what you have prepared for. And so then I really kind of got into it and was feeling it. So, yeah.
What about you, Maya? What did you think of the course? Anything jump out? I don't know. Was there a moment where you kind of looked around and went like, hell yeah, I'm running Eugene right now. This is cool.
Yeah, the samba troops on the river. In fact, you could hear them on the other side of the river, too.
Oh,
so that was the drums resounding over the water. It was super cool. And finishing on the track is like iconic.
Well, I was feeling great until mile 17. And actually before that, I was like, these miles are flying by. And when the half marathon and the marathon split, and I was like, I'm ready for this, and I'm ready to continue. And I wasn't sad that I wasn't just doing the half marathon. And then mile 17 hit, and I thought I was just going to have a bad mile, and I was going to pick it back up. But my 18 hit, and I was like, oh, this is my life now. This is what I've committed to. So I made a few phone calls. I called Peter and tried to get some support from him. And then I called another friend. And I said, just talk to me, distract me. And then once I hit the track, I knew we were going to go there, but once I got there, I was like, oh, this is really happening. And I saw the jumbo screen, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be on that. So I tried to finish strong, but I was just really tired. So I finished, and that was the best part.
So good. I love this. Okay, one thing I thought was so cool is that I hop on Strava later that day and I see that Mary just ran her first marathon. And I got such a kick out of that. You've had a week or two to reflect on it. You did just run your first marathon and you crushed it. Let's go. What do you think now that some time's passed?
I'm a new person. I don't even know who I am anymore, honestly. I just tell everyone I meet that, hey, I ran a marathon and you should treat me differently now. And they do.
Oh, no way. We got comedy gold right now. That is so good. Maya, how about you? A lot of training goes into it. We were training together in our Fleet Feet group.
I just think it's cool to complete one. It's a big deal. And I think we focus so much on time, but the fact that we ran 26 miles is what Mary's 4-year-old son said to me. He turned and looked at me and said, you ran a marathon. Got these big eyes. I'm like, you're right. It's true. So, yeah.
I've just been really hungry and tired. But yeah, thinking about it, I'm like, I guess I could do this again. Not right now, but yeah, I think I could do something long again. Yeah.
Cool. Way cool. And Pete shared with me a couple nights ago a little screenshot that he may have signed up.
Oh, he did.
He did. So you inspired Peter to run the Eugene Marathon.
Yeah. He was jealous the entire time I was doing the fleet feet training. He might have popped up on some trainings just because I know he just wanted to be there so bad. And unfortunately, we both can't do it all the time because of the kids. So he's all signed up for next year with his friend Eric. And I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll do the half, or maybe I'll do the full, or maybe I'll just watch. I don't know. But yeah, he's doing it.
Congratulations. Thank you, Lisa.
Breaking news here on Pod on the Run. That is the perk of doing this interview while Peter's out of town for work. He wasn't there with me doing the interview. So, hey, man, you're locked in? You ready to roll?
Yeah, 11 months from now. Just a short 11 months. Yeah, that was so cool to hear from all three of them. Obviously, I've talked with Lisa quite a bit about her race. It's good to hear Mary talking about her race. I said it to you a minute ago, her joke about the marathon and how she's this totally different person and people treat her different now. As a former high school English teacher, I can identify a high school English teacher very easily, and she is one, for those of you who don't know.
That's great.
Yeah, all three of them, and Laura too, obviously have been training very hard. I've seen it firsthand. You've seen it firsthand. You were in the training group with them. So it's nice to see the payoff. I know Maya's done some marathons in the past, but this is the first marathon for Lisa and Mary. So pretty darn cool. I know with Lisa, when she signed up to do this, well, her friend Laura signed her up for this race months ago, and Lisa was very nervous about it. When she started the training block, she was like, after the first week or two, she's like, I don't know if I'm gonna be ready. And I had to keep telling her, you're training for the next 4 months, right? You're not expected to be ready to do this next week. So you're going to be ready in 4 months when the time comes. And as it got closer, she became she became much more confident and in knowing that she was going to be able to do this. So that was cool to see personally, to watch her go through all this training, see the hard work pay off, and then to actually go out and do the race. And yes, the phone call that she made to me at mile 17 was perfect. She wasn't ready to give up. She just said it was very uncomfortable and getting very hard, but she wasn't going to give up. And so I'm super proud of her for that. And yeah, just very cool. And yeah, just awesome, and super proud of all of them for sticking to it and doing the training and running their race.
Yeah, what a wonderful recap, man. Well said. It's I'm going to steal that. I'm going to steal that strategy of like being on a long run or maybe in a race. Yeah. Like moments when I'm kind of hitting that wall or starting to struggle a little bit. Yeah. A good distraction is to call somebody. Phone a friend.
Yeah. Give me a call, Ross. Give me a call. I will hype you up. Yeah, I think so too. You know, that's kind of what Morgan and Amaya were saying toward the end of their race, right? When they came around the corner, or when Amaya came around the corner and everybody yelled for it, and there's that pick me up. Yeah. And it goes back to the support that you get in these races from people that you don't know and you will never know. But they're just out there proud of you for doing what you're doing and admiring you for what you're doing.
Yeah, good
But yeah,
point.
phone a friend.
Phone a friend. That's cool. I want to. It's a distraction, and you're getting support.
Absolutely.
That's a good little strategy.
It definitely is.
We should give plenty of love to Katie Crane too, who smashed Eugene. We weren't able to catch up with her, but definitely shout out Katie as well. She was also in the program and is just so dang impressive. Now doing all these high rocks competitions and just looking so strong. And
she's got a motor.
She does. She's crushing her miles. One other thing about Eugene real quick. Hey, that's Tracktown.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Maya was talking about, it's Prefontaine. There's so much history there.
Yeah.
And to be able to end on the track.
Yeah.
How cool. Lisa mentioning the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's super cool, right? You know, we touched on Boston being the marathon. It's historic for all these reasons. It's been around forever. Eugene is historic in the running world for other reasons, right? It's not so much known for long distance running. It's more like middle distance, long distance, sprints kind of stuff. But yeah, incredible. Hayward Field is a landmark in the running world for sure.
Yeah, I've visited there, once or twice. Imagine you've been up there.
I have. I've run Prees Trail. Yeah.
Way cool, man.
It's very cool.
And you've done some reading about.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Read a nice book about the Oregon track program. Readers out there, if you're looking for history of Oregon track, Bowerman and the Man of Oregon is a great history of running at the University of Oregon.
He's a former high school English teacher, folks.
Yeah, done a little reading myself.
Shout out for the marathon. That's
right.
So cool.
It's so good.
I'm a different person now.
I know. That's what Lisa joked about. Like after Boston and Eugene, they're both in the same time frame. On Instagram, you can see lots of reels with people showing up to work with their medals on or with their Boston shirt on, expecting to be treated differently at work. It's just such great jokes and satire. So yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah. Appreciate Mary's perspective, and the sarcasm is clutch. Okay. Hey, let's shift gears. Big Sur now. We had Jen Malden run Big Sur, and this was kind of cool to catch up with her. She was, I believe, the only one from our running community that did Big Sur this year.
The only one I know of.
Yeah, the only one that we know of. If we're wrong, please correct us. We strive to be honest here. But yeah, it's Thomas and Ursula have run Big Sur. They say it's an amazing, amazing race with plenty of scenery, and it was cool to talk to Jen about that as well as her experience. So here is Jen Malden on the Big Sur.
So I kind of felt like, well, Dan and I signed up for it, and we were the only ones, I think, from Chico, that signed up for it, and he couldn't run it. So then I was like, I'm on my own. I'm going to be alone, but I didn't feel alone at all. Once I got there, you just see so many runners out there, and they're all there. Some of them have friends, but a lot of them are there on their own, and you just talk to people, and it was beautiful. I didn't feel alone out there. And also, I was just talking to the ladies about it that did Eugene, and I knew they were out there running at the same time as I was, so I was I felt together, I guess, in that, knowing that they were out there running at the same time.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
I love that.
So cool.
It's a beautiful course, I would imagine. Was it just absolutely gorgeous?
It was. We got rained on, so the first maybe half hour before the race, we're all getting dumped on, and there was a little kiosk. So obviously thousands of runners out there, and there was a little kiosk where some people were all huddled like penguins, and I was in there with my little tank top, and we're all just keeping warm together. I have no idea who these people are. But then, 5 minutes before the race, we get out there and we're just getting dumped on, and it was totally fine. Because once you start running, you warm up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was so rainy.
Yeah.
Were there any moments where you kind of looked around? Hopefully it wasn't too foggy and you could see out on the horizon. Were there any moments you were, Tell me about
the
how.
Whole run. So the rain let up, and then we're running, and then mid run it starts raining again for a few miles. But it was beautiful. Oh my gosh, the whole route. The first maybe 5 miles is through redwoods, and then you hit the ocean line. So you're just following Highway 1 from Big Sur station to Carmel, and it's just along the coast. I appreciated it so much, and it just made the miles go by so quick too, because it's hilly and you get a little different terrain, I guess.
Yeah.
My last 2 marathons were flat. It was Eugene and the Sim, so this one was just extra special.
Cool.
I think, yeah.
Now that a week or so has passed, what comes to mind when you reflect back on it?
I think I had more in the tank.
Cool.
For myself.
That's a good sign.
It is, yeah. I had a foot injury through this training thing, and so there was a month where I missed my long runs, and I was not sure if I was going to be able to do this, but I ended up getting a cortisone shot in my toe and instructed to stay off my foot for a week, and I did that, and I was able to run, so I just picked up the training. But then going into it, I was like, I don't want to feel that pain again, so I just was cautious. But my pace was consistent throughout, so I think just reflecting on it, I would recommend it to anyone because it's a beautiful run. People are asking me if I do it again. I'm not sure because there's so many marathons that I want to do, you know. But with the right people, I'd probably do it again.
Sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Lastly, real quick for you, Dan the Man, I saw a cool clip of him showing support. He was down there with you. What did that mean to you?
It means the world to me. He is so supportive. Like, he's my cheerleader.
Yeah, Dan.
It sounds wrong, but
no, not at all. I get
my
you.
Gosh,
Support's important.
You know, like he's been going through this foot injury since July, and he could be down and out about it, but he's always so encouraging to me, and yeah.
Love that guy.
Yeah, I love him
See you
too.
getting emotional. That's
Yes.
beautiful. Cool. Thanks, Jen.
Yeah,
Don't want to
you're
make you
welcome.
cry, but thank you. That was great. Really appreciate you taking time out.
The Maldens are the best.
They really are.
They're sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate them. Shout out to Dan for all the support, and Jen crushing it on what a beautiful. Sounds like such a beautiful run. Big Sur is something to put on the schedule sometime.
Yeah,
that seems like an amazing course.
That part of California is so beautiful. I've been there a couple times to go camping when I was younger, and it's just so fun. And kudos to Jen for putting up with the rain and then still pushing on.
Yeah.
I don't do well with rain when I run.
Yeah.
So I really admire her ability to soak up that couple hours of rain before the race and then go run.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would have had the courage or tenacity to keep going. But yeah, it's cool to hear her story. And, sort of similar to Thomas and Ursula, that support that she gets from Dan is really great.
Sweet, yeah.
And it's nice to hear her give him a shout out and for him to be so consistent in the way that he supports her.
Yeah. And her to persevere through a foot injury and to get down there and do her thing. And definitely an amazing achievement for her. And nice experience for them and Dan to be the best cheerleader.
And I also like that Jen said, I don't know if I'll come back and do this particular marathon because I have so many that I want to do.
Yeah.
Right. And I think other people we've talked to have said the same thing. I think when Sarah was in here talking about hitting the different states, she's like, no, I probably won't go back and do that again. There's other ones that I want to get to. And I think there's something to be said for that.
Yeah.
Right. Turn these races into an experience.
Yeah.
You don't have to go run, sim every year. You don't have to go run, these races every year. Try out different ones. It gives you a reason to go see different stuff.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Turn this into an experience and then turn the page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's like a running passport, if you will.
Ooh,
Get your stamp and then keep it moving on to the next stop.
I think for me, that's fascinating because I don't know. I have that little feeling in my mind sometimes that's like, I want to do better at this race than I did last time.
Yeah.
That's something.
I have a bit of that as well.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what the local races are for.
Ooh, yeah.
Right? The half marathons, the 10Ks, the 5Ks that we have here locally in Chico. But when you're looking for those marathons, do Eugene. And then next year, do Big Sur. And then the following year, once after you qualify for Boston, go do Boston. And then go qualify for Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah. Put it on the list. Put it on the list.
If only it were that easy.
Oh, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
Okay. Hey, all these were marathons. How about we talk a little bit about a 50K?
No big deal.
That was fun, dude. What an experience.
It
What
looked
a
like
team.
it.
What a crew. The whole thing about this was community. It was about a group identity. It was about kind of, going out there and doing something together, which is not something I've done with a race yet. And to have that kind of experience, was interesting, but
Sure.
it was cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how it was going to go going in. I was honestly a little nervous about how much sleep am I going to get? Where am I going to sleep? Am I going to be able to use the bathroom when I want to use the bathroom? How am I going to get prepared here?
Yeah.
Is the shower going to be, it's all those little things you do to get ready for a race.
Yeah.
Some of that was kind of okay, we're just going to have to play it by ear here, which created an interesting, I don't know, pre-race thought process.
I hadn't even considered that, Ross. Like now that you mentioned that, yeah, going and staying somewhere with a group of people like that.
It's interesting, right?
Yeah, it's not like you were at a hotel and everybody had their own room where you could be like, I'm out of here, and go lock yourself into your room for the night and go to bed as soon as the sun goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it
worked.
It did. And it became like, it was way, those were just jitters.
Yeah.
It was just like this pre-event jitter kind of thing. And like looking back now, oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah.
Like that was so cool. Anyways, yeah. What did you think when we showed up to the reception and the start line sort of the day before, and we were kind of prepping for the run? What went through your mind?
It was quite an emotional experience to go there the day before all together. We had our race bibs. We were bonding as a group and just hamming it up. It was like high school field trip, so much fun. We got there, and I think it was just like this imaginary space of, wow, we're going to be here tomorrow morning. This is going to be the start and finish. The water was beautiful. For me, not a lot went through my mind so much as I just felt like I was in this special space.
Same.
With my people, with my run club homies. It was great.
Well, we owe a lot of that to you and how you organized everything. It was so cool. We also saw a freaking seal floating around, and I thought,
we did. I forgot about that.
Let's go. That's a big moment for us. I don't know. For some reason, that touched me.
That was touching.
It was touching. Then the next morning, we go to the scene, and I thought our interaction with Sid was really cool. Talk about what we did with Sid, and specifically what you and Mike helped lead with Sid.
Yeah, well, we walked up as a group and kind of stalked him, and we approached him with a basket of gifts from Bidwell Run Club, with some socks and a hat and a shirt.
Well, I mean, it was such a cool experience because we had the entire BRC crew there. So it's not, so many races you're just there and you're like, I don't know anybody, you're just kind of laying low. But no, we rolled up with our crew, and that was completely different from any other race I've done. So it's super cool to start the race out that way.
Mike got some Sierra Nevada beers, nice, beautiful bottles of beer, and just to thank him, we all signed a card, and just from Bidwell Run Club and all of us as a group doing the race from Chico, just to show appreciation, because there's a lot of work that we know he does behind the scenes that is volunteer work, and it's often invisible, and he's not getting appreciation for it, and also just a way to make connection and make a relationship with him, and say we were excited to do this race. I was really struck when we gave him the gift, and I think was a little caught off guard, and he said, "Are you guys all doing the race?" And I said, "Yes, we're all doing the race." So he was touched. Yeah.
All the runners, all the racers were so nice and just encouraging and having a good time. I know we had troubles at the end with the markings, but otherwise, for 30 plus miles of trail marking, I thought it was pretty good.
I mean, I don't think we could have picked a better place to run a first 50K. I had never been to Mendocino. I just was shocked at how beautiful it was. It was a nice distraction while we were running to just have that kind of scenery. So that pulled me through the finish.
It was unexpectedly even more beautiful than I expected.
Yeah.
And I did not expect it to be, I knew it was going to be hard and super challenging. I did not expect those last 5 miles to be as hard as they were.
Just like the marathon, I got to mile 20 in that 50K. Things were going pretty good, kind of holding it together. And then, they just gave me a backpack full of bricks, right? And so it got real hard. And, of course, coming up one of those, vicious climbs, just trying to power hike and do the whole thing. So that was tough. And then the final 5 or 6 miles, I think everyone in our group really experienced, just trying to put one foot in front of the other. It gave me so much respect for those really accomplished ultra racers out there that do 100K, 100 milers. Unbelievable.
So good, Mike. The experience of the run, what jumped out to you? Was there a moment in that run that you remember?
As you know, my sister and best friend came out to watch the 50K, and I actually got to see them at every aid station except the first one, because we would beat them there. But somehow they managed to make all the other aid stations, which just gave me an extra boost the whole day. It was so amazing.
What jumped out at me, Haley's sister and friend at the aid stations were such a boost. Seeing a friendly face, especially the last 2 aid stations, really carried me.
For me, what I wrote about this last week, actually, what I was thinking about during the run is how much the 50K experience for me was like a microcosm of life, like beginning to end. It goes so fast and so slow at the same time. You're going through a lot of different emotions and experiences. And it's a loop, right? So it's a circle. So we're starting and ending in the same place. And there's something for me that's really spiritual and special about that. But what was going through my mind is just, if the 50K was life itself, where am I right now and what am I experiencing, in that? Because as I finish and approach the finish line, it's the end of something. It's also the beginning of something else. So I was going pretty deep.
I know, it's so introspective and beautiful. That's such a wonderful quality you have. That is so good. I love that.
We were also exhausted after the race. Like, anything was funny at that point. And the next morning was pretty funny. Another thing that jumped out was super cool. You and I ran probably the first at least 18 miles together.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
That was cool.
Because I think that you and I were the only ones that kind of had that experience.
Yeah, I pulled off to the side of the road, ironically, right after you pulled off to the side of the road at the same spot. Yeah, and I don't think I've ever relieved myself for that long. And I knew that.
You should be specific of what kind of relief you're giving.
Good point. I never urinated for that. I felt like it took like 2 minutes, and in the middle of that, I just started laughing. But also in the back of my mind, I was like, well, I just saw Billy, who was also doing the same thing as I was pulling up. He was finishing. You took off, and I was like, that's the last I'm ever going to see Billy this race, because it took me that long to pee, bro. It was rough.
No, hey, when you got to go, you got to go. I had that extra pee in the beginning of the race, so I didn't have as much in the tank for the second one that you had.
But I will say this, for the next 4 miles, I was floating. I was like a little extra light.
Yeah, I bet.
It's been a couple weeks. Your reflections of running your first 50K on the Mendocino Coast.
I mean, I'm ready to do another one. I think maybe fall time I'll look at maybe doing another one. But yeah, I can't believe it's come and gone. The training leading up to it was many weeks. Like, even just today I was thinking about, I can't believe I ran a 25-mile training run. Like, that was a training run. Like, I can't believe I did that, but it's just amazing. And yeah, I'm ready to do another one for sure. Hopefully with the same group of people. Maybe I can convince you guys to do it again. That was such a solid group. And hopefully my little cheerleaders can come too.
Let's go.
Because they made all the difference.
Yeah, they were so sweet.
I can't wait to do it again. I'm honestly a little bummed if for next year, because I'm hopefully doing Boston, so I can't do it again next year. So I have to wait until year 11.
Because they're on the same weekend.
Yeah, 2028. But in those last 5 miles, I felt like never running again. And then a few days later, I was already looking for my next 50K. And so I'm hooked. It was such a great experience.
I'm ready to do another one.
Yeah.
It was, I think what comes to mind is I just am so grateful for the Run Club, because it's such a special community of people. And honestly, I don't know that I would have had such a great landing back to the U.S. and Chico if the club wasn't here already in place. I'm sure I would have started a run club or something like that, but the group and watching the club evolve as a community and being able to be a part of that and have a leadership role in that, it's been so special for me, and I'm just deeply grateful. And so the run made me aware of, wow, we have all these great friendships and memories and runs that we're training for together, and I'm grateful.
Well, I'm still sore, so there's that point. I mean, I think new respect for the recovery, for people like Logan Ziegenmeyer who just eat this stuff up. So really trying to take it easy, listen to the body, do the recovery, but also just wanted to get back out there and do another ultra. So I've got my eyes on things for the summer. And yeah, it was a great first 50K experience.
Boom indeed. What a core memory, dude.
For real.
Crazy.
I'm very jealous.
Oh.
Very jealous.
Well, we definitely would have loved to have Peter out there. That would have been a huge boost. Even though it was so fun. So cool to hear from everybody and to just, I don't know, experience something like that with a group of people.
Yeah. I really like that you guys were able to sign up as BRC. I know that a lot of races do that where you can like choose a club, like, or is your club in here? And you can put that in. I think that's a really cool component because again, it just helps build our community here and, you know, boost the people who are running and also, you know, some recognition.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Melissa for that for sure. And that's a good point. You know, it's really interesting in, you know, how that race registration goes down is they cap the applicants at like 150 and it sells out within minutes.
I remember you guys saying that.
Yeah. So you've got to, you know, sign up quickly. And, you know, furthermore, like it could be a race with thousands of participants if they wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Because it's such a beautiful area.
Yeah.
And so many people would be like, yeah, that's where I want to run a 50K.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was only 150 people.
It's such a small race and they do that on purpose.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's many reasons. I got to believe that permitting is probably part of it. Like you can't have thousands of people up there at one time.
Yeah, you don't want that either. It would kind of wreck a little bit of the environment.
Yeah, totally. And then just like the management of the race when you get so big, you know, like Boston with 30,000 people.
That's crazy.
And then you need probably 15,000 volunteers or however many. So that's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. It's funny you mentioned that too, like the management. So the last 5 miles of that run out on the headlands was really interesting because some of the locals supposedly had messed with the flaggings and had put, you know, some of the flags in wrong areas. So running along that headlands part of the course, you're kind of like, which way do I go? Pick your own adventure type style of thing. At one point I turned and saw a blue flag and thought that's an odd spot for us to turn, but let's see where it goes. And next thing I know, I ended up like down, you know, ran down the cliffside and onto the beach and then had to turn around and run back up.
Oh no.
At one point, like stopped and waited 2 minutes for the person behind me to catch up to ask him like, am I going in the right direction?
That's wow.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. So yeah, there was a bit of sense of frustration the last 5 miles. That's what was going on. That's what all the participants were dealing with. And it's not anything on Sid and the race crew.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of just the locals sort of being out there and
something
messing with
happened.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But man, I mean, come on, that's nothing. The talking about kind of pulling off to do my business after Billy had done his business on the trail. So this was like, I mean, I've done 30Ks. I did a 50K Biz Johnson.
Yeah.
Straight shot. This was the first 50K where like I really, really had to go to the bathroom. And you know, like obviously I haven't done very many.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't done very many long runs.
Yeah.
I've done a few 30Ks, done a few half marathons.
Yeah.
You can go through those without needing to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
This one, must have been like mile 10 or 11 when I started to feel a little like heaviness.
Yeah.
Kind of. And was like, oh, it'll pass.
Yeah.
It'll
shall
go
pass.
Yeah, this will pass. And then like it kind of going away for a while, but then coming back.
Yeah.
And then going away for a while and then coming back.
Sure.
So then finally, like miles later, actually like doing the deed.
Yeah.
That's where like the relief came from. It was like
new runner.
Yeah, man. So that was kind of an interesting experience for me.
I'm glad you didn't have a Bill Parnell PCT experience. That's for sure. That would have really
shout out.
That
Bill.
would have soiled the day for sure.
Dude, oh, well played. Well played. Yeah, man. What a great episode that was, dude. Bill, love you, buddy. That was so fun to talk with you. Yeah, I don't know. So that was interesting. It was like I felt so light on my feet after that and kept like kicking myself thinking like, dude, if you got to go to the bathroom, just go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you're an adult. You can make these choices.
Hey, that's a stretch, buddy.
So I have a question. A few minutes ago, we talked about how, you know, Jen Malden said after Big Sur, I don't think I'll run this marathon again. I want to do another one, right? Mm-hmm. And Logan saying, I'm not sure I'll come back to Boston. I did. I checked it off my list. For you personally, Ross, since I have you here in front of me, Mendocino 50K. Ooh. Is that something that you would do again?
Great question, man. I, you know, if there's a crew going out there and it's a plan I want to do that again.
Yeah.
I want, if you wanted to run it,
Yeah.
if, some other people, if, Mike and Billy, Melissa and Haley and, they want to go, I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah. TBD on
Yeah.
that. Because it is worth it. It would be fun again. I mean, dude, we saw the coolest waterfall. There's banana slugs. There's these big old trees. There's ferns. It's
different than running a road race, right?
Yeah, oh, totally. You run along the river. It's got everything a trail race you could ever want.
Sure.
It's got it all.
Wow.
And the soft California carpet, dirt trail you're on is so nice.
Yep.
And at one point, Billy was like, "Dude, we're in Jurassic Park." It was that was funny. That was cool. Yeah. And hey, shout out Emily. We didn't get a chance to catch up with her. She ran 40 miles.
No big deal. 50K,
deal.
40 miles.
The race
They're the same. That's the conversion, right? 50K is 40 miles.
The race was supposed to be 33.68, but Emily got off track. Didn't phase her. She had the biggest smile coming down the home stretch. Was so happy and, was in good shape afterwards too, for having run 40 miles. So that was inspiring and fun to see. She's really fun to hang out with too. So that was cool.
Yeah, that was, I talked to Melissa right a few days after the race and she said, oh my gosh, Emily ran so many extra miles because she got off course. And when we talked to her afterward, no complaints. She said, I stopped on the beach. I took my shoes off for a while. I took some pictures. And it's what a great attitude, right? If you could borrow someone's outlook for a race, especially a trail race, what a great outlook to have. Well, I'm here. I'm going to enjoy where I'm at in this moment.
Yeah, that's so true, man. Great point. She's the best. Also, Haley's sister and Haley's friend.
Shout out.
Hardcore shout out.
Yeah.
To see them at the aid stations was really neat. Allie and Jim surprised me.
Yeah, I saw that.
They came to Paiute Meadows last year.
Yeah.
And then this year
you got some good friends, man.
Dude, they're so sweet, man.
You're doing something right in life if you got people popping out like that.
Thank you. That's very nice of you to say. But I think it's a reflection of them. They're such sweet people.
It totally is.
We hang out on Monday nights and have dinner together with a group of their friends, and it's so fun. But yeah, oh my gosh, she had kind of mentioned a couple months prior, wait, what race are you doing? We might come out there, but didn't say much. I had no idea. So to see them at the start was like, what?
It's almost better, right?
Yeah.
Well, what a pleasant surprise.
Yeah. And them and Haley's sister and her friend were so fun. They made signs and bought us pizza afterwards, and
I saw some of those pictures of them. That's so fun.
So fun, and you don't get a medal. So you cross the finish line. We got a super slick mug.
Yeah,
a very nice post race, finisher.
Yeah.
Prize, if you will.
Yeah.
You also get a sweatshirt. You get a hat. You get swagged up.
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong.
Sure.
But you don't get a medal.
Okay.
Haley's sister walks over. And they do have medals for sale.
Oh.
So she just threw down some money and bought us all medals.
Wow.
So that was cool. So we all have our Mendocino Coast medals.
That's cool.
So that was cool too. It was we got spoiled by
for
that,
real,
dude.
It sounds like Haley's sister should probably start running if she's not. Or maybe she does and she needs to sign up for that race for a little pay it forward situation.
Yeah. We should pay her, but we should do something for her. I should link up with Haley on that. That's a good call.
I have a question about this race because, and this has nothing to do with the race itself, not the running component of it. Tell me about the burrito at the end.
Oh, but the burrito.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's another thing. They had amazing food.
Yeah.
At the end. I didn't really make myself a burrito. I made more of a plate of Mexican food.
Okay. I just saw somebody eating a burrito and wait.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, no, it was bomb too, dude. Good refried beans, good veggies, cilantro. It was tasty.
Okay.
I have a hard time eating directly after a run.
Sure.
But we stayed and waited for everyone to finish.
Yeah.
So an hour and a half later, of course you get plenty hungry.
Yeah.
And it was, it hit the spot.
So post race that night after the 50K, when I did the endurance challenge months ago, I slept terrible that night. I was exhausted My body was so tired. My mind was tired, but I couldn't get comfortable in bed. How did you sleep?
Pretty good.
Okay.
Thinking back on it, I slept pretty good. Oh, you know what though? On the ride home, I got nauseous.
Really?
Which was kind of interesting. I've never really had that.
Did you guys come over Highway?
We did kind of come
20?
through, we went up towards Fort Bragg.
Okay.
And came through that area,
Yeah,
which is real windy.
Yep, been there.
But yeah, I just didn't feel, I didn't feel well.
Okay.
I kind of felt like nauseous and
Yeah.
sort of like clammy and just kind of like, am I getting sick right now? I didn't say anything to Billy or Mike, who I was driving with. I just kind of kept quiet in the back, kind of like focused on trying to feel
Crack
better.
the window, get some fresh air.
I was like, ugh,
look forward.
Yeah, exactly. It was like
scoot to the middle seat so you could see out the front windshield.
Concentrating on like, do I have motion sickness right now? Do I like? So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I ended up being fine. Passed
Yeah.
pretty quickly, but that was kind of interesting post-race experience that I haven't quite had yet.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, afterwards we celebrated. We were all really tired. I think I slept pretty good. But yeah, going back to the Airbnb thing too real quick. Like, shout out Melissa for kind of having the vision of like, let's do this and let's get an Airbnb and let's experience this together. And shout out Mike too. I know Melissa attributed, Mike for helping organize everything. So that was cool. Group runs, group races, especially on the trails.
Yeah.
I want to do more of that.
Okay.
That's a cool way to experience a race.
Yeah.
Especially on the trails. It takes a little bit of the pressure off of like, okay, time to go to war.
Yeah.
Yeah. We ran a while with a cool dude named Elliot too, he was a beast. And yeah, follow each other now on Strava. That's another cool thing about these runs, that you do something like the Mendocino Coast. You meet people and you're part of this community together running, and then you follow each other on Strava. And I just kind of like that element of it too. Like, it's a tough race to get into just because it sells out so fast.
Sure.
So then you kind of have, I don't know, it feels a little bit more like, hey, we're doing something special together.
It's
like,
a little
you got in.
Yeah, it's a little exclusive.
Yeah, it's a little exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
But it's a good kind of exclusive. It's not gatekeeping exclusive.
Yeah.
It's exclusive because you can't have thousands of people in this beautiful area at one time.
Yeah.
It's a capacity thing.
It is.
It's a capacity capacity exclusivity or something like that. Or something like that.
Yeah.
I have a couple other questions about this run because, again, you're sitting right here, and why wouldn't I ask you this? What did you carry with you? Did you wear your hydration vest? Did you have handhelds? Like, what did you have in the vest?
I rocked 3 Hydro Pack bottles, and
Okay.
I did have my vest, but I did not bring my bladder.
Okay.
Looking back, I wish I did.
Okay.
I wish I had even more water at my disposal.
Was it just water in your bottles? Did you have electrolytes or
I had
carbohydrates?
all electrolytes.
Okay.
In all 3 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
I
were
had-
you adding more electrolytes each
Yes.
time you refilled them?
Yeah, each time I refilled them. And I wish I kind of had one with just water though.
Okay.
But yeah, I went hard on the electrolytes. I had Element. I had something else too that I'm drawing a blank on. I think one had Liquid IV,
Okay.
which I'm kind of like on. The more that
I like that post run.
yeah, that makes a little bit more sense.
Mid run, I'd much rather go like Element or Tailwind or something
Tailwind,
like that.
that was the other one. I
Okay.
had. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tailwind in one, Element in one, and then some Liquid IV. Yeah, and then I did not have enough fuel. I brought 10 gels with me.
Okay.
And I only had 4 of them.
Oh.
No. I had 8 of them.
Okay.
So I wish I had the other 2. But I had PB&Js at the 8 stations.
Well, but that's the thing, right? It's better to like show up and maybe end with a couple things in your pocket than to run the last 5 miles feeling like you're gonna fall apart because you don't have any more fuel left.
Totally. And one thing I learned about, I don't know, I keep learning this, I guess, with the trail runs I do. Especially this one, which was the first 50K I did with elevation gain, that you can't eat enough and you can't drink enough.
Yeah.
Like it's so hard when you're out in just like mile 25, 26 and you're trucking along and you're thinking like, I've only got 7 miles to go.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, and probably it's because you're not thinking your best at those moments.
Yeah.
It's just hard to remind yourself like, oh, I should have a gel right now.
Yeah.
Or like,
well, and they're not always easy to take down at that point too.
Totally.
I know Logan has said that he likes the carbs in water, like the ones you just water down. That way you're hydrating and you're also getting some calories at the same time. I know when Lisa called me at mile 17, I was like, you probably need to eat something. She said, I can't eat anything. Like I can't eat another gel.
Hard.
Yeah. So I guess that's just something too that you just learn, and you, on those long training runs, you start subbing in different things, bring different options to eat. And when you hit the aid stations, if something looks good to eat it.
Yeah, do it. Force it down.
Yeah.
I mean,
or throw a PB&J in your pocket from the aid station.
Yeah. No, it's true. You know, it makes, Mike said something about how, you know, this race gave him more respect for people that do 100Ks or like, you know, people like Logan.
Yeah. 100 mile, 200 mile,
so
250 mile. Yeah.
That's amazing. Like it's incredible to think you just got to the halfway mark.
Yeah.
You know, but it's also like another thing that is impressive about those runners is to be so disciplined and consistent with like, oh, I've hit this time. I need to gel up.
Yeah.
Or, oh, I've hit this time. It's time to hit this tailwind.
Yeah.
Or it's like there are runners that are so calculated and detailed about this.
Yeah.
And that is really freaking impressive. Because when you're late in a long ass run like that, it's hard to think.
Definitely is. Yeah. Well, and I think that's the science of all this stuff too, right? That since ultra running's become more widespread and not so underground now, that people are looking at this and how to be successful at it. I mean, we just saw the Coco Dona, that woman that broke the course record.
So cool.
Right? You don't accidentally run 250 miles in what was it, 50 something hours, 80, whatever it was. Like you don't do that by guessing how much you should eat the whole way through or how much you should drink the whole way through. So, but also at the same time, I don't think you get better at that stuff unless you're pushing those limits, right? Unless you run more 50Ks or you do more long training runs, you never really dial that in. So you're clearly going in the right direction.
Yeah. Well, and okay, so what's interesting about that though, right, is like the 50K distance is not really conducive to having a crew.
No.
You know? But if you go to 100K, you do, like, part of the pressure of thinking about having to fuel yourself is taken off you.
Yeah.
Because your crew is there being like, here, eat this, here, do this.
Yeah.
So that helps. But
totally
the 50K is interesting in that, the last, I don't know, like 10 miles of that run. Fuel, Ross, you dummy.
Yeah. Eat something. Drink something.
Don't leave any gels.
Yeah. Find a way to get it into your system.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, I'm impressed, inspired, proud of you for pushing through that. You're obviously learning more about this running stuff every time you go out.
Yeah.
We mentioned earlier, there's no bad runs.
Yeah.
It's just runs that maybe don't go the way that you want them to do. It sounds like this one went about as well as it could have gone.
It went okay, yeah.
Right?
It was okay. I wish I finished it a little faster. There were some things kind of out of my control. I wish I was able to stick with Billy. That's obviously very hard to do.
Can confirm. Can confirm.
That's pretty funny.
Hey, we forgot to mention something when we opened up tonight. And that's a couple of other local guys that ran a race recently that we totally glossed over. So Nimai and Steve, but they both ran the Mountains to Beach marathon.
Nimai, wow.
Nimai ran a blistering time. It was 2:40 something.
Yeah, Nimai 8.
Yeah. And what did he say to you about the race?
Yeah, he shared with the Fleet Feet training program that, like, once he got to mile 20, he was like, "Oh, now it's time to race." So he had a great plan going in, and just is an absolute savage.
Yeah,
and really turned it up. His last 6 miles, his pacing was unbelievable.
it's a testament to the hard work he puts in. Like we all see his runs pop up on Strava during that block. He's doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
As far as paces and distances.
Totally. He has so much potential.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is.
Such a good runner.
And Steve was down there as well, running mountains to beach, doing his thing.
Is there a more wholesome, nice guy than Steve Solano?
Probably not.
What a guy.
Probably not.
Talk to Steve if you get a chance.
Yeah.
He's so nice.
Was he there tonight? Did you get to talk to him?
was.
He was.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I know he's getting the Chico Casual Run Club runs going again on Sunday morning. So anybody that's looking for a really mellow group to go run with on Sundays, look up Chico Casual Run Club on Strava. Steve runs all that. And we have Basalt of the Earth.
Yeah, we
Tom
gotta
and
get
Ursula
Steve.
Rock. We got to get something for Steve.
Yeah. I like that he's got the Chico Casual Run Club thing going. Kayla was talking about that with him tonight. Speaking of Kayla, we should also shout out Jamie, Kayla, and even people like Shauna.
Yeah.
They did Avenue of the Giants.
Avenue of the Giants. That's right.
That also happened.
Man, things are
So,
happening.
yeah.
It's that season.
Yeah.
It is that season.
So, yeah, it is. And Bob Brown, I think Bob did Eugene too. Give Bob a shout out.
He did.
I love Bob. Bob is also another one who's just, man, get a chance. Bob is crushing triathlons.
Yeah.
And he's crushing marathons. And at his age, he's so fit and cool. He's just a cool guy to talk to, man. He's inspiring.
Yeah.
But so Paul, you do this cool thing in the Fleet Feet training program where, if you're doing the marathon, he'll kind of take your times that you want. You've got your A time, your best possible time, your B time, which is something that you'd be okay with, and your C time, which is like things didn't go that great, but we still did well, in the grand scheme of things.
Sure.
So you'll write down, like this is my goal time.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll take that time and determine what your threshold pace should be, your interval pace, your marathon pace. And that's what you aspire to in these tough threshold runs.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to run this time at the marathon, you're going to need to hit this time during your threshold run.
Sure.
So it's kind of a calculated way to do it. Very, very cool. Very smart. Kayla, Nimai crushed his, by the way.
Sure.
Naturally.
Shocking.
Kayla also crushed hers.
No kidding.
Like she went up to Avenue of the Giants and beat her best possible time by 4 or 5 minutes.
Wow.
And ran sub 4 up there. And
incredible.
Yeah. So it was let's go Kayla. Yeah. Paul gave her a nice shout out at her Fleet Feet post training program party. And well deserved.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a cool story tonight. I didn't really realize that till Paul was breaking it down.
Yeah.
So if you see Kayla out there, and if you haven't met Kayla, she's a very nice lady and, has a wonderful family and can crush when it comes to running.
Apparently. So there's something to these training programs. It's almost like they work.
Yeah.
It's almost like they work.
They are hard, though.
Yeah. Those couple of runs that I happened to stumble into with you guys in Lower Park when you're doing threshold stuff, that's tough. I'm glad I only stumbled into you for a couple parts of it and not the whole thing because I was not ready for that.
I'm glad you brought that up. That was one thing that was cool when talking with Lisa was she was like, Peter was, jealous and wanted to come and he came out to a couple pros. It was great when you rolled out, dude. It was like a breath of fresh air, dude. It was
every
like pizza
Tuesday
on the scene.
Every Tuesday. Where are you guys running? Okay. Yeah, I'll be here. I'll be at soccer practice with Grant. I'll be at a basketball game. Yeah. That's super cool. One more thing though about Nimai. Anybody that's hearing this, go check out. He's performing this weekend. Doing a little rap show with his friends. So check it out if you can. Nimai Most High. The guy's legit. Check him out.
He is legit.
He runs and he raps.
He runs and raps. He's the running rapper.
He really is.
And some of the stuff, it's catchy, bro. He can flow.
Yeah.
He's got a good style.
And it's thoughtful stuff.
Yeah. It's cool. He's, Nimai.
Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades.
As we kind of wrap up this really cool episode,
I hope you enjoyed getting a chance to hear from everybody. I hope we did this okay.
Yeah, I hope so too. I think we did. But I was thinking about this as I was listening to all of these interviews, and there's something unique about running. Well, there's a lot of unique things about running, obviously. But when we're talking about like the Boston Marathon, New York City Marathon, Chicago Marathon, London Marathon, where people are breaking 2 hours,
Amazing.
2 people, that's another story for another day. But I'm just thinking about running as a sport and how running as a sport is so different than other professional sports, right? The everyday runner can go run the same places that the most elite, most accomplished runners on the planet or who have ever lived run, right? We'll never go play basketball at the Golden One Center or at the Chase Center or at the Staples Center, the Boston Garden, right? That's reserved for a very small percentage of the population, right? We're never going to go take ground balls in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Right? We're not going to go to Dodger Stadium. Well, me and you personally are never going to go to Dodger Stadium for lots of reasons. But, you know, like in general, if you play baseball, you're not going to go play at these like historic places where baseball is played, Fenway, Yankee Stadium, right? If you play football, you're probably not going to go play in Green Bay, right? But if you run,
you got a chance.
You can go to Boston.
Yeah, no, it's
you
such
can
a
go
cool
to
way
London,
look at it.
right? And I think that's what separates running for one of the things that separates running from so many other sports.
Yeah, that's
is that you can share the same ground as the best who have ever done it. Right. Think about Maya and Laura and Lisa and Mary running onto Hayward Field, where Prefontaine was killing people in the 5K.
Right.
Like you can't go try and hit home runs in San Francisco on a whim.
Yeah.
But you can go run where the greats have run.
Yeah, that's such a good thought, Pete. I appreciate your perspective, man. It's like how it's organized is really cool. You know, how they do it by age group, how they do it, you know, your qualifying time by age group, right?
Yep.
In baseball, it would be like if all of the minor leagues and college teams and high school teams got to go there. Like that would be how it is for running.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like all those different ages.
Yeah.
You know, would get a chance to go take ground balls.
Totally.
So that's a cool that's a cool lens into.
Yeah, I got to thinking about that today.
like that.
That's something that separates this from everything else.
It's an inclusive sport.
It really is.
And it's done a cool way.
Yeah.
And to get to share the same grounds as some of the greats.
Yeah.
Or to be like, I ran the London Marathon the year that someone broke up to. Although London's tough to get into.
Yeah.
But maybe a little tougher than Boston. I'm not entirely sure. But you know.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Our community's amazing.
Yep.
We're all doing this stuff together, you know. I'm throwing together a little documentary on the Mendocino Coast. I've got some footage. I'm in the editing lab trying to cut it down.
Tightening it up.
So, and you'll see some pre-race stretching and movement from the great Mike O'Connell that you'll get a kick out of.
Lots of mobility,
man.
Yep.
He is on it.
The mobility master, Mike O'Connell.
Yeah, dude. I love that guy. It's fun to kick it with Mike, dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Chico Run Club's doing their thing.
Yeah. This weekend.
What do they got? Scamper?
The Cedar Grove Scamper 4-mile race Sunday morning.
I would be doing it if I wasn't out of town. Are you going to get in there?
It could happen. It could happen. I know
I like your style.
Yeah, I was talking to him last week, and I said, you might see me pop up there. I said, I see there's a Masters division. He's like, yeah, Billy signed up. I was like, well, I'm out of contention, but I might come run 4 miles.
I wouldn't put it past you, Pete.
Oh, man.
Never doubt Pete.
I don't know. I'm still coming back from that little injury, but we're back on the mend and feeling good. No more soreness. So, just ready to get out there and spend some more time on the trails. It's that time of year.
Yeah, it is.
Trying to dabble in yoga. Namaste, my bros.
Chiming in with that on Strava. It makes me laugh.
Yeah, every
Namaste,
time.
bro.
Yeah. But glad to be back. Ready for some late spring, early summer, hot miles, dancing around snakes.
Yeah. I haven't seen those for a little bit now.
No.
They came out for a while.
Yeah,
I haven't seen them.
It's going to get hot, so now we're going to see them all the time.
Okay. All right. I kind of like it. I like seeing snakes. I'm one of the.
That makes one of us. That makes one of us.
I mean, depending on like how I see them, but I kind of like coming around the corner and seeing it well off in the distance and going, "Oh, cool! I'm going to run up on a snake." I just don't want to turn the corner and have it be right there.
Yeah. Well, you can have all the snakes, Ross. I'll take none of them.
You know, one thing out real quick, Todd Ziegenmeyer.
Yeah.
That dude's an animal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fit, man.
Yeah.
And he's coming for a 200 miler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's putting in miles.
He is putting in miles.
And not just like easy miles.
Yeah.
Like 12 to 15 miles after work in the afternoon in Upper Park.
Yeah.
Like he's I'm
in the heat.
In the heat.
In good time.
Yeah.
With good time.
I think he's going to be very successful.
Yeah.
With that 200-mile stuff.
He's got a brother who's done that.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Yeah. Those guys are built different.
They are. The Ziegenmeyers are different, man.
Yeah.
They're
something in that water in Sutter.
Yeah. I got a chance to run a mile or two with Todd recently. I like Todd.
I like Todd. I like his Flow State tank tops, the rip away tank tops.
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah. Todd's a nice guy.
He is.
And obviously Logan too. It's cool. It's cool that Todd moved up here and they're running together.
Yeah.
And the Ziegenmeyers taking over the trails.
Yeah.
You know who else is fun to run with? Maddie Henderson.
Oh, just an orb of positivity.
An orb.
Right? Just an orb of positivity.
Yeah, that dude is next level.
He is. And what's great about him too is like, you know, having played so much baseball, like if you know baseball players, like they can talk, right? They've got stories, they've got jokes, they've got the quickest comebacks. Matt lives up to that. Like the dude's got stories. The dude is quick-witted. Yeah, he's a good time. He's always a good time.
Yeah, he is, man. I like that dude. I appreciate that. I appreciate you, Maddie.
Yeah.
He's getting stroller miles.
He is.
And his daughter's name is Radley.
Mm-hmm.
And she's probably the cutest baby in the world, to be honest.
Yep.
So he's Rad's super dad. That's
obviously.
That's what we're going with.
Yeah.
Out getting those stroller miles.
Yeah, so he's not Matt anymore. He's Rad Super Dad.
Rad Super Dad.
RSD himself, Rad Super Dad. Oh, man.
Yeah. Stephen Hartman's doing some big runs.
Stephen is a beast.
Stephen is a beast.
Yeah.
Stephen is fit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, it's like, damn, dude, like you're getting faster all the time and you're stacking more miles all the time.
Yeah. He's putting some bank deposits in action and stacking bricks and looking lean and mean and tough.
And that mustache just gets better every single time.
Yeah, he's fun. Steve's cool, man. Steve's cool. Who else? What other runners are grabbing your attention? You know, this is kind of a spontaneous. I'd like to run with Kyle Nifong.
Yeah.
I like Kyle.
I like Kyle a lot too.
Yeah, he's soon such a nice guy, man.
Yeah. That's
a stud.
Yeah, that's a guy that like when he pops up on Strava, you're like, wait, that dude just went out and ran like 8 miles at a 6-minute pace? Like, who is this guy? And he's like,
bro's fast.
I don't get to run that much. Like, I don't know about that, my friend.
Yeah.
I think you do.
Yeah.
Talia Swangler.
Oh, shout.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Good call.
Saw her today actually in Lower Park. She was getting out for a little shakeout. She hadn't run for a couple weeks after the race she ran up in Reading. She was like, I'm ready to get back to it.
Yeah.
So that's good news.
Nailed the rail.
Nailed the rail.
She casually crushed that run.
Yeah.
Smashed it.
It was like a 120, 119.
It was insane.
Yeah.
But then again, you've known her for a while. She's pretty damn talented. She comes from a talented running family.
She does. Yeah. Her older brother, her dad was a talented runner. Yeah. Some people come by it honestly, and she's one of them. You know who I ran into yesterday too, who was on 2 wheels, which he typically is, but he's been doing a lot more running recently. Coach Town, Gary Town.
Let's go.
Yeah, I rode by him. We were riding to the park, and he was riding out of the park, and I was like, hey, Gary. But yeah, he's been running some miles. But
that's our guy.
Yeah, that's our guy.
That's our guy.
And his cats are on some next level stuff right now. We got to put that one in the can to talk about later because they got one more big meet coming up.
I like your style.
There are some things to talk about with the Wildcats right now.
Yeah, it's so interesting because it's every year there are things to talk about with them. They're such a prestigious program. but every year it's almost like what's happening is better than the last year. So they just kind of, I don't know, man. The program is so impressive.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
They don't have a ceiling. They just keep like resetting it.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah.
The ceiling is the roof, right? Michael Jordan.
Well, there we go.
The
I
ceiling
think that's
is the
popped
roof.
up on the pod.
Yeah,
before.
it definitely has with Joaquin. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Our boy Paul Webb.
Yeah.
Did a 100 miler.
Yeah.
We got to give a shout out to Paul.
Canyons 100 miler.
Dude, that's our guy.
Yeah, and he's just starting to get back into running after taking a couple weeks off as well, which is probably good. 100 miles is no joke. Not surprised he finished it. That guy, he guts out a lot of stuff.
He's just tough.
Just tough.
Yeah, he is tough, man.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I'll just throw it out there. Watch out for his son, who is in 6th grade and killing races right now. Mile, 2 mile, 5K, like just crushing
Good
time.
to hear. It's like speed, fast.
Okay. Very fast.
I like to help to pay attention to that. I haven't been paying attention to that.
Yeah.
Let's see, you're tuned in to the youth side of things because of the fam.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. That kid is going to be an impressive runner.
Yeah. Okay.
He's got a good model to follow though with Paul there. That's for sure.
Yeah. Dude, man. Karen Weintraub, come on now.
Yep.
Just incredible.
Yeah, saw her the other day. She's in the thick of training as always.
What you getting ready for?
So we asked her like, well, what are you training for? She's like, oh, nothing specific right now. Just kind of always staying in a block of training so that when I am ready, I've got a good base and I can really start pushing it and hammering it. So
I love that.
Yeah, just always running.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
Not to that extreme though.
No.
She is impressive.
Yeah, she is. Kevin Radke and Matt Bonner have been crushing it lately too. Like, you know, just the usual suspects.
Yeah.
Daniel Turner, who's been popping up at BRC again lately. He disappeared for a while. I think he might have been like nursing some kind of injury
Such a
or
nice
something.
guy.
But yeah, a super nice guy, and he's been crushing miles the last few weeks. So I'm sure he's probably got something coming up that he's getting ready for.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
We got to talk about your big second place finish.
I was going to mention that. The wacky snacky.
The wacky snacky.
Yeah, that's cool. California Travis and Maddie. What a fun idea.
Yeah.
That was a really fun day.
I'm so bummed that I missed that. That looked like so much fun. And then
Yeah.
hearing about it and the pictures from it, like it is the best sanctioned race that's ever existed, it seems like.
Yeah, it was fun.
Whoever put that on is brilliant.
Yeah, they are. They are. If you ever get it, Travis is smart, dude. He's quick-witted too. And Maddie's a beast. Maddie reminds me of someone like Talia. Like she can go.
Yeah, just goes and goes and goes.
But yeah, so that was a really funny event, and it had kind of a funny ending. So like somehow Billy and I, we were running it together. We weren't really planning on like racing it at all. And we got to the aid station, and the whole thing was like, you got to eat something that someone brought, you know, in order to keep going kind of thing. Fun little rule. So I think Billy had a meat stick or something, maybe some other thing. I don't quite remember. I had some chips and spicy dill pickle chips, and then carried on. We got coming down Park Road, and we kind of started moving. There was a group that was kind of with us, and they were kind of running it kind of fast. And there's a couple guys that I don't think I met them before, but they came and they were running. They knew somebody.
Yeah.
And we got moving. And then Billy and I kind of passed them, and we get kind of into, you know, middle trail heading back towards town. And like Billy's kind of like, what are we doing? And I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't know. or vice versa is kind of like, you know, like, why are we running this fast?
Yeah.
And we get to the levee, and you kind of come to the levee towards 5 Mile, and that's kind of the end of the race. And like, you know, we're kind of noticing that nobody's around us. There's nobody behind us. There's nobody in front of us. So like, we might be the first finishers right now. And second place gets the prize.
Yeah. Prize used very loosely.
Right. So I'm like strategically thinking now, like, how do I want to go about this? You know? Because I'm like, I don't really want to finish in second place.
Yeah.
Like, no offense. But like, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait till like the last few steps and hopefully just sprint.
Yeah.
And like pass Billy.
Yeah.
And like, I want Billy to win.
Yeah.
You know? So that ends up happening. And right as like, as we're getting close to the finish line, I sprint ahead. Billy, of course, naturally like kicks it into gear and passes me within like a few steps.
Oh no.
I thought he passed me.
Yeah.
But Maddie was there kind of judging like and called it a tie. And while this was happening, like I'm kind of noticing, and I noticed this a little bit before I started sprinting, that Yusuf was sitting on a rock. And I was like, wait, did he not run? He must, because we didn't see him.
Yeah.
You know? So he did, it turned out he did run. And so by like sprinting ahead, I would have come in second place if Billy hadn't sprinted and caught me. Oh. So that's just kind of funny how it all unfolded.
Wow.
And like, yeah, like literally right as I passed Billy like kicked it right into gear. Because I was kind of trailing him a little bit before I started sprinting. And then kind of caught him and went past him, but he bolted and he's so quick.
Yeah.
So he passed me pretty quick, you know, anyways. Yeah. Then they made us a Rochambeau for second place.
I was going to say Rochambeau to win, right?
Yeah, Rochambeau
or to lose.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. So
classic.
that was pretty funny. That was kind of a funny end to it. But the big, you know, Yusuf blasted everybody. And that dude's been, man, he ran a 5:57 mile today in the heat. And he's been really out charging on some of these BRC Wednesday night runs with him and Travis. And he's looking strong, dude. He's kind of somebody to keep an eye on.
Man,
I'm always keeping an eye on these people.
Yeah.
I'm watching them.
5:57 in this heat is gross.
Yeah, dude. Flying down the levee too. He wasn't even on the road.
Oh,
he was on the levee.
Yeah,
he's strong, dude. I want to know a little bit more about his story. But yeah, he, you know, finished first in that race and also took home the big prize, which was the wackiest snack. I believe it was like pickled pork skins and something else gross suspended in gelatin.
I heard that. Yeah. That's disgusting.
You know, Sam was eating it and was like, this actually isn't too bad.
Oh my gosh, that's awful. That's disgusting.
Yeah,
oh,
dude.
Sam, don't do that to yourself.
She was
friend.
trying everything. Like, hats off to Sam, though. She was like, I'm just going to give everything a shot.
You don't know if you don't like it until you try it.
Yeah, you know?
I don't know. I think there's some things I could look at and know I'm not going to like it.
Yeah, you know, Kelly Bainbridge. Have you talked to Kelly?
Yes.
Kelly is a very sweet lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
She reffed a couple of Hannah's basketball games.
Yeah, she was telling me all about her reffing at Melissa's party. Wow, what an interesting gig she's got going. She balled at Sonoma State.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she was a point guard. Yeah, she's got an interesting story, and she's a teacher.
Yeah, she was a teacher.
She's cool. She's cool. If you get a chance to talk with Kelly, do that. She's fun.
Yeah.
She brought sushi. So she woke up and cooked sushi in the morning and brought it to the Wacky Snacky.
Wow.
Yeah. How about that?
That's dedication.
That is dedication. You know who took home that sushi and ate it?
Who?
Maddie. And I saw her the next day or day after and was like, how's that sushi? She's like, it was good.
Yeah. We kept it cool. It was fine.
That's what I was worried.
I think you want to eat hot sushi. Good thing it wasn't terribly hot that day.
Yeah, so that was pretty funny. The Wacky Snacky.
Mike O'Connell hinted at another jackpot race coming up in the near future.
Well, that would be incredible.
Yeah. A different distance, though. Not a 1 mile, a different distance.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that little wrinkle.
Me too.
Wow.
I'm going to go in with a different strategy this time, though.
Yeah. Oh, you were right there, man.
I was.
You were right there.
But this time, I'm not going to tell anybody what my goal time is.
Okay.
I'm not going to share it. Only with the official entrance, but I'm not going to tell anybody else.
Okay.
To avoid people trying to pace.
Ooh.
I think that's the strategy.
That is a good strategy.
Keep your pace to yourself so that no one else can try and piggyback off you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Not that I have any intention of getting close to a different distance than a mile, because that's going to really throw a wrinkle in things.
Yeah.
I think it'd be funny or very hard if it was like an awkward distance, like 1.6 miles.
Yeah.
Right? Or 1.38, right? Like, no one's getting on that. I mean, that'd be a tough one, I think, to adjust for. Like a mile, you know, if you have a good feel, you could do it, but to have an awkward distance like that would be hard.
It sounds like you should be like maybe not necessarily a CRC advisor for the jackpot mile.
I might have tried to plant the seed with some weird distances. I might have said, like, what about like a 3K, Mike? What about a 3K? Like,
yeah, you've been hitting the links with Mr. O'Connell?
We did. We went out last week to Corning and played.
Oh, sick. You went to Saviano.
We did.
Nice.
Yeah.
How was that? Windy?
No.
What?
Yeah, we got out.
Amazing.
I mean, we teed off around 10. And so the wind was not bad that day, which was fortunate because I've been out there when it's atrocious.
Yeah, it's the worst out there.
Yeah, it's awful. It makes a hard golf course really hard. But Mike is hopefully at this point in bed because he tees off at Pebble Beach tomorrow morning at 6:10.
Let's go.
So hopefully he's asleep. And counting sheep and ready to go chase a little white ball around one of the most beautiful places on earth.
I bet he's doing some mobility.
Oh, I bet we could check his Strava right now. And I know he did some the other night late for a while. So he's getting tuned up.
Yeah.
Getting the joints and everything ready to go.
Yeah, I like it. Well, hopefully he comes back and has a good time and some of the tips you gave him worked. I'm sure they will.
Well, he's ready to go. He's locked and loaded.
Yeah, dude.
Locked and loaded.
It's Mike O'Connell. What an absolute legend. Good trivia player, too. Catch us Wednesday nights, sometimes Fridays. We got Joe Shuffleberger leading the way. He's an encyclopedia, folks, a wealth of knowledge. You know, it's fun.
Once school is out for the kids, I'm going to find a Wednesday to come join you guys.
Get in there, guy.
I will.
You got to get in there. You're a teacher. You got a wealth of knowledge.
I have obscure, useless stuff. So
Perfect.
if there's a category for like, why would anybody know this? I have a chance. I might be able to contribute.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Since we're on the mic, anybody who's out there, if you have ideas for what you'd like to hear us talk about or people you'd like us to chat with, send them our way.
Yeah.
Pod on the Run, Instagram, drop us a line on there. We're always looking for ideas. If you're having something going on, we'd love to hear about it. We'll help spread the word, get people involved.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
I also, you reminded me, if people want to kind of weigh in on what they heard from everybody who ran recently and the interviews we shared, please comment or please share your thoughts.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of an interesting seat to be in to sort of analyze what people's experiences were. And I don't sometimes I have a hard time with that. Like as I was producing this and thinking about this, it's like, I want to be really respectful to everybody's experiences. And sure, obviously I can have an opinion on what we hear or I hear, but that doesn't necessarily, I don't know.
Yeah.
Make it okay, I guess, in a way to hop on the mic and to share about that or here's my perspective of what people are saying.
Yeah.
So I just have a little bit of reservations with that. But if we kind of open it up for interpretation to everybody, you know, to weigh in and maybe there's something I missed or maybe there was something that wasn't, explained correctly.
Well, it gives us an opportunity also to maybe expand on an idea that we had.
Yeah.
Or just another way of understanding what we've been hearing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's important. Or if I sure hope we didn't misrepresent anybody's experience or, anything like that.
Yeah.
Because it's cool to, I want to do this more. I want to, pull Todd aside after he does a 200-mile race.
Yeah.
And talk with him if we don't have him on or,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's a good opportunity because everybody's always racing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to be able to hear from people.
Todd, if you hear this, we're going to be tracking you down in the near future and pulling you in here so we can just pick your brain directly.
Yeah. Or just, yeah. Sometimes we have guests on and then they go do a really cool race. And obviously we're trying to get other guests on, but you kind of feel that little pressure it'd be a good time to talk to them again.
Yeah.
And to interview them and
Yeah.
to drop a segment into the podcast is a good way to do that.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Little follow up.
Yeah, a little follow up.
Okay.
Or like, our girl Sarah is going to be doing many marathons over
Yeah.
the next few years.
She just did one in Cincinnati.
Wouldn't it be cool to hear, hey, how did that go?
Yeah.
How many states have you got now?
Yeah.
Bam, bam, 2 minutes of Sarah
Yeah.
sharing about her experience. Whoop,
Yeah.
toss it in. It's kind of a cool way
It
to do
is.
this.
And now that we're over a year into this, we have all these
Yeah.
people we've talked to. So like circling back and,
Yeah.
touching on their stories again could be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Keeping everybody looped in.
It could be. It could be a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Shout out Joff. The dude just did a triathlon.
Yeah.
Yeah, no big deal. That's how Joff rolls.
And he also did a couple trips up and down Green Gate tonight in the heat.
What a savage.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah, I think he was doing 7:30s in the heat the other day.
Oh.
No big deal.
Oh.
He's fit.
Oh. All I can say is I just groan at that. That sounds so hard and uncomfortable right now.
You were at threshold, right, for a little bit?
For like a very short period of time, and it hurt. And, and I paid the price. I was very dehydrated afterward.
Yeah.
I could not drink enough water and element.
Yeah. It's important to hydrate.
Hydrate.
Yeah.
Always hydrate.
That probably would have helped me.
Hydrate. Hydrate and nerd clusters. All the clusters. One more thing, though, about the nerd clusters. Mike O'Connell gave me some bad news. They're not vegan. So he said he has to stop having them because they're made with gelatin.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You know where gelatin comes from, right?
No. Fill me in.
Horse hooves.
Hey, whoa. This is a trivia question.
Yeah. Horse hooves. So they're not vegan. That might be a good place to stop.
How many things have gelatin in them? That's so gross.
Jello?
Thank you. Thank you for that one. Thank you for that one.
Gummy bears?
Yeah.
Sour Patch Kids?
Yeah.
All
the good candies.
Yeah, all the good candies that
Gummy worms.
Yeah, that I'm trying to rot my teeth out of my head eating
What about
them.
things like dry, like Laffy Taffies? Is that like a gelatin mix that's been dried?
I don't think so. I think that's something different.
Okay.
Yeah.
But man, a lot of the candies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And definitely Jell-O.
Oh, definitely Jell-O. Yeah. So that was, that's bad news for vegans. It's not bad news for me. It's not going to change anything for me at all, personally. But yeah.
You're just going to have to turn your back when you're around Mike.
Yeah. I guess vegetarians too probably don't eat those. Tread lightly out there.
Tread lightly out there. Hey, we're doing this together. It's
Yes,
a collective endurance experience.
Exactly. It is.
Yeah.
But I guess the whipped cream on a bad situation with the nerd clusters not being vegan or vegetarian, more for me. More for me.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
That's good.
I think it's time to go to bed, Rob.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Let us know if, let us know.
Yes.
Let us know.
And we'll be looking for smiles while we're doing miles.
Hey.
With all of you.
Yeah, I like that.
Yep. Nailed it.